This is the first video of Raysx Academy where I'll be covering Boston Consulting Group matrix concept and what this concept is about in detail. We'll discuss and we'll understand in the easy words. So if you are new to this channel, just hit subscribe and let's join and make a community of intellectual people where we share our knowledge and experience that might add value to anyone's life. So the core purpose is here to just share knowledge, research about businesses, products, technologies, and any concepts or ideas that I'll be working upon. I'll be uploading on this channel. So this introduction about this channel. So let's get started with the today's topic, which is Boston Consulting Group matrix. So let's start. First of all, let's understand what is this Boston Consulting Group. It's a company based in United States, and they provided this matrix. Matrix is basically a graphical presentation of something where you can put your company's business segments and take decisions. Basically, it is for group management that we will understand more in coming slides. So this is how it looks like. You have 4 quadrants in here: star, question marks, cash cow, dogs. Sounds interesting, but yes, each term has some relation why it is used with regards to this graphical presentation. And we also have here 2 things which is very important to understand: relative market share and market growth. So let's go to the next slide and understand what it is. About Boston Consulting Groups, it's like it was founded in 1963 by Bruce Anderson. Now this company have more than 90 offices around the globe, means that it has grown in a good fashion. Mainly they are into consulting business, so they are more into the management consultancy. So this is how it looks like, and the purpose why they gave this matrix is to help corporation to analyze their business units, that is their product lines. This helps the company allocate resources and is used as an analytical tool in brand marketing, product management, strategic management, and portfolio analysis. So as I said, this is mainly relevant to the corporations. So corporation means where the company have more than one business units. We can take example of Samsung Group. Samsung Group might be into laptop business, as well as they are into some engineering and some project based business where they might be taking project for governments like rail network technology, for 5G technology. So these both are different business. Laptop business different, that business is B2G, business to government, and they might be into some development of processors or chips for other companies, so that is another business. So each business has its own management. So they all report to the group corporation management, where the corporation group will take decision for each business unit. For example, the retail business of laptop is not doing well, then management of group will ask them whether they should put more capital, they should do more marketing, or they will do some product development research why it is failing. So that kind of decisions are uh, taken by group management for each business units. However, each business unit will have its own separate management. They must be issuing their own financial reports separately, they must be listed separately, but they are part of a big tree. So you can take example of ITC, ITC Group, and this is relevant. This matrix is basically relevant to them. Um, they can use this matrix to identify and find the real position of each business unit. Okay, so that's why they have mentioned here, like, this can be used as analytical tool for decision making with regards to brand marketing, product management, strategic management, and portfolio analysis. And more or less it's look like this, and we will have more clear and detailed picture in next slides. So first of all, we have to understand each and everything properly to know this entire graphical presentation. We have here on y-axis market growth, followed by star, question mark, cash cow, dog, and at the bottom you can see relative market share. So one by one we will be understanding what does this mean. So let's first understand market growth. Growth is something like expansion of something. Okay, so each product or industry have its market growth. uh, it starts with the introduction and it goes to the, growing well, reach to the peak, and then it declines. This is how each industry, each product grows. So you have to understand what is market growth and where your business falls into that. So let's read this. Market growth is a measure of market attractiveness, as how market is providing more opportunities to invest and gain benefits and returns. It means that if there is a growth in the market, it, you will go and invest more to get benefit of market growth. As simple as that. You must be doing this in stock market if you are investor. So it's very easy and self-explanatory, I believe. So next point we have here is relative market share. So what does this mean? That how much amount of market you capture from your business. For example, Apple company has largest market share in terms of smartphones, and they are the one who is controlling the entire market, since they have high amount of sales. And you can basically measure the market share in terms of how much amount of revenue generate out of total market, or the unit sold out of total market. So let's read this one. Market share is a total percentage of market serviced by your business, company, segment, or business unit, either in terms of revenue or in units. So when you look this graphical presentation of BCG matrix, so these two things you need to understand, that what is the market growth and what is your relative market share. So we'll go first quadrant, which is question mark. So it means that if you see this one, you will see at the bottom you have market growth, which is going up, and relative market share from right to left. So the question mark falls where the market share is low, and high growth in the market, which says that it needs more investment to expand. Let's take the example of Samsung again. Their laptop business is there, and they are seeing a lot of growth in the smartphone market. So group management may look to expand and infuse more capital to take decisions. Okay, so this type of businesses which falls in this quadrant will need more investments to grow. Let's understand more about this quadrant. Most of the business start as a question mark. Okay, in the beginning most of the businesses in general falls into this quadrant of BCG matrix. They will absorb great amount of cash if market share remain unchanged or low. As the management is more focused to expand their market and increase their market share, So they will put more and more capital from the group funds, or maybe they will raise money from outside, or whatever the funding source is. So question mark have the potential to become start an evenly cash cow, but also can become dog. Investment should be high for question marks. So the investments are generally high for question marks, as these are sort of startup only in a particular business group. So now this is very first quadrant of the BCG matrix. Now let's move on to the next quadrant, which is star. Star says that high share and high market growth. It means that this is the most desirable and one of the best quadrants out of these four, where the management uh, will desire to have their business into this quadrant. So they also need more investments and need cash, since they are growing well, they're generating more cash. At the same time, they need more cash to generate that cash inflow. So these are generally the leaders into the business. They also requires heavy investments to maintain its market share. So here management focuses more on maintaining the shares. Once you reach at the top, it's very important for you to maintain that position. So management precisely in star quadrant more focused um, into maintaining their market share. So more focus is there with all type of decision they will take to just hold on the position. It leads to large cash amount consumption and cash generation. As I said, that it will generate more cash, at the same time it will require more cash. Attempts should be made to hold market share, otherwise the stars will become cash cows. If the market shares go down, it will just fall below point, which is a cash cow. That is our next slide, and we'll understand that. So the management will look for just holding the position by doing everything they can in a group. So now let's move on to the next quadrant, which is cash cow. Cash cow is one of the quadrant that is also desirable, and this is one of the safest quadrants. If your company, if your group or strategic business unit falls into cash cow, it means that you have more cash, more amount of cash, you are doing well, you're well settled into the particular industry, you are into the um, you are in a still water situation where you have everything, you are generating good amount of profits, making cash, and then you may be using that cash for question mark and for stars. So let's read this. High market share and low market growth, still doing well and have cash and making profit with low opportunities. Since they have a low market growth, the opportunities are low comparatively with stars and question marks. These are well settled business, and under this and known as ideal quadrant that group management desire for their business. They are the foundation of company and often the stars of yesterday, means they were stars and then they couldn't hold on to the top position in the market share, and they fall to the cash cow that we have just discussed. They generate more cash than required, means they have surplus cash, and they extract the profit by investing as little cash as possible. They might use this cash to invest back into question mark departments or business units or whatever you call it. They are into industry which are mature, not growing or declining. They are into maturity state where they are not growing as well as they are not declining, but they might decline if the wrong decisions were done by the management. Now, last, which is very unattractive quadrant, dog. As the name suggests, dog. Dogs are generally very good, loyal, but here the dog's meaning is different. So, if your business falls into dog quadrant, you have low market share, low market growth, weak in market, difficult to survive and make profit. You are already in a very bad position here as a business. You're not generating cash, you're not making sales, you're not uh, doing well in any way. There is no growth in the market, you don't have any share. The group management would usually like to discontinue the operation or shut down the segment, as these are generally making losses to the company or a group as a whole. Dogs are generally not desirable and these are cash traps. What does this mean? That there is always a fixed cost, operating fixed cost. There is always a cost of maintaining a business. So that's where you are using your cash cow money, or maybe using the cash generated by stars and infusing there just to survive it, and it leads to losses as they are not making sales or making money or generating cash. Dogs do not have dogs do not have or very less potential to grow. It means that usually the management analyze, and it shows that dog doesn't have a market growth. At the same time, they are very low at the market share, so or low, or maybe they have no market share. So business is at very low quality and a poor situation. High cost here, as I said, there is a always a cost to run a business. If there is no generation, that cost needs to be covered. Business is situated at declining stage, so eventually it will fall and create a lot of problem for the entire group. So it is desirable that this should be closed, shut down, or discontinued. So overall, the Boston Consulting Group matrix says that where your business or business units stands. If it's standing in star, it's good. Question mark, you have to take decisions to improve your sales, cash generating capacity, to turn it to stars and then maintain the positions, or it will turn to cash cow, which is also good, generate good amount of cash, and they save the profit, take the profit out, and they can put into the question mark. This is how the entire cycle will work for any group company, and this is very very effective tool used uh, by management of groups. So this concludes this video, and hope that you like this video and this concept. And if you have any questions or comments, you just put down. I will be happy to answer those, and I'll be coming up with more concepts like this. For that, just subscribe my channel, and see you soon in the next video. Till then, take care, stay happy, take care of yourself and your family, and see you soon. Then, bye. Have a nice day or good night whenever you're watching this video. Take care. Bye.